Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if you can hear my audio and see my screen in the chat box. Just give me a little Y or a yes there. Just let me know that it's working. Hope everybody's having a pretty good morning so far. Happy Friday. And hopefully you're excited to make some pips today. I know I am. I got a lot of stuff lining up right now, so we'll get right to this. Let's go ahead and go through our disclaimer here. As always, I need to remind you guys about the risks involved in the market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how many pips you're risking on each trade, how big your lot size is, and ultimately how that would affect your account if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're going through that process each and every time. Okay, guys, so there's not a lot of news. Let's see here. Let's double check. Well, I guess there was some dollar and CAD news this morning, but let's see. I don't see anything. I guess there was some yen news last night, but there's really nothing else lined up today. So I think we have the green light. So I've gone ahead and taken a short on the pound franc. Another alternative to this would be you could technically buy the euro pound, or you could buy the euro franc as another option. I personally like this one for a couple of reasons, and I'll talk about some of those reasons here. So this thing's been on a tear to the upside recently, and most recently made an impulse up here at the end of the day, right? End of day Friday. And it actually struggled to make new highs. You can see these highs here were getting fewer and far between. And then it actually mounted a pretty good comeback here, but nonetheless, it's still not as good as some of these original pushes to the upside, right? And so you look at that. Let's see, what other things can we find here? Another thing I like to do, this isn't necessarily the reason why we took the trade, but another thing I like to look at is, hey, here's the trend line. And the market has drifted quite a ways from that trend line. Typically, I'm not saying that this trend is over, like the uptrend is over, but it has drifted away from its trend. So at some point, you typically see something like this, or even like this, to kind of revert back to the median. So that's another solid sign. You could look at this trend right here, and we're basically at it or even above it. So I like it. Plus, that's, the main thing for me is um, we're at the banker's close hour, right, on a Friday. The banks need to often close their positions or reconcile positions before the end of the day. And the other thing that I like is we've got a break in the upper Bollinger Band on a 5-minute, which is a requirement. There is no news associated with this pair. And so, I feel like I've got the green light in terms of, how far the market may or may not go, which is another good thing for us. You can look at this most recent rally as well, do an analysis like this. You can say, yep, it expanded quickly. And then this most recent expansion has slowed down, which again leads to me thinking that we could be close to finding a top here. Now, just to be clear, and I want everyone to know, when you're trading this, it is very possible that we can get a leg higher. This can absolutely go another leg before it comes down. So, I don't want you to put the whole farm on that trade. This is just a starter position that we are going to begin to manage. Now, if we do get to the mid Bollinger Band, which is going to basically be, at this old support, old resistance, we're done for the day. If we get to there, we're going to make our money and we're done. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just bring these targets up because that is where we're going to close. Today is right through this alley. And that may adjust depending on what the market does, but for now, that's kind of where we're looking to close. And now, since the market's come down just slightly, I'm just in a holding position. I'm just waiting just to see what the market does now. There's not much else for me to do until it kind of moves from here. But looking good, looking good. I'm excited. I'm already up 26 pips on that, and we just started. That's great. Great news. Let's see how fast this can happen. Yeah, if this, I mean, it's already pretty much halfway there. If this just goes and goes, if we just get that, I'm good. I'm calling it a day, Friday. The other thing too is I like to get these trades quick on Fridays. Here's why. I really don't like to hold trades over the weekend if I can avoid it. And so if the market can get us what we're looking for here, and we can get, that extra push lower from this level, um, I probably won't take another trade because I don't want to have to tango with a trade that potentially I might have to hold over the weekend, right? So this is the trade I'd like to enter, and then this is also the trade I'd like to close out of and be totally out of before the weekend, and then Monday we can restart. And if we have to hold trades overnight on Monday, I don't have a problem with that, or not necessarily overnight, but the 12 hours beyond the banker's close hour max, I'm okay with that type of setup. But yes, let's get this done. Let's see what this market can do. Um, I'll zoom in on the 1 minute. But yeah, right through here is what we're looking for a target. And we just wait, just let it do its thing. Um, just to be clear, this was the start of the hour right here. So basically the tippy top was the start. And then we have until here to continue to add to the position. If the market makes more highs, we can add. I mean, technically you can also add now, like you can add to it as it's coming down to, if that's the way you want to trade it, that's totally fine. But for me, I typically like to, if I'm going to use this, I'm going to use it as a way of entering when it goes up, just to try to harvest a better price. Also, the way I'm looking at this, if it were to go up higher, I would want every position. Like I would love to sell every position above this current high. Just the way I'm looking at the analysis on the 5 minute, or even this 1 minute here, you can kind of see what I'm looking at. Again, this is absolutely slowing momentum to the upside. It is it is slowing up here at these highs. And so, yeah, if it makes another high, I will take every, opportunity that it goes above that. So I think I've got the market cornered on this. Um, um, Again, my only concern is like I really don't want to hold over the weekend. Um, what I would probably try to do is try to find opportunities to close out most of the trades and then leave just a few on over the weekend with a modest stop loss type of thing. That's probably what I would do, but who knows where we'll end up with this trade. I'd love a nice little drop here though. This drop right here um, took about an hour, and that's all I'm asking. Hey, let's just pull one of those. Let's just do one of those this hour. And we wait. That mid Bollinger Band is on the 5 minute. I've got my other chart pulled up over here. It is still 18 pips away. So yeah, there's a big chance of there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of pips today, um, because of where relative to where the mid Bollinger Band is. That's one of the reasons why I chose to go with this trade over, the Euro Pound or Euro Franc, just because I felt like there's more pips to be made here. But I do think it's still very possible that it could make another high today. So just be aware and ready for that. So what that means is when you're ready, you need to be able to add to that position and be willing to manage in and out of trades. Forgot, what did we trade? Yeah, we traded this one yesterday too, didn't we? Yeah, I think that's right. This guy yesterday, maybe we'll look at it later, but in hindsight, you're like, dang, we should have stayed in every single trade we bought yesterday, right? I mean, I don't know how you would have known, but in hindsight, of course, you look at it. All right, yeah, it's gearing up to make another high here, so just be ready to pounce on that as it starts to make those highs. Let's see, this last high, it went how far before it stopped? 26 pips from its old high. So this guy, if it were to do the same, which I doubt it would, but 26 pips would put it like right up here. I'm just going to draw a line for that. I doubt it would go that far, but that's what it did last time. And the reason why I doubt it would go that far is because it is showing signs of slowing momentum. So yes, sure, it can go ahead and make another high, but I don't think it would go that far. It hasn't shown signs of the ability to continue like that. Hey, but the market can do whatever it wants, right? So gotta respect that. But we'll see what it does here. It's paused for the moment. We'll see if this is just one of those pauses in the rally, or if this is the turnaround. I don't see a candlestick that looks like it would be a reversal candlestick. So I do think there's probably more to go in the rally. just so you know. Um, we need a, some kind of shooting star type of candlestick in order for us to see that type of move coming the other way. All right, and just wait to see, is it going to make that another high? I really think it is, just because, again, we really don't have candlesticks that are showing a sign of weakness just yet. So we're going to get another high here, and we'll just have to wait for it to kind of give us that signal that it's coming down. But it is being kind of slow, I mean, per usual, right? Market's kind of slow during this hour, kind of slow in its push to the upside. Again, my not fear necessarily, but my biggest um, annoyance would be if this market came up during this hour, continued up, eventually found its top, and then just hung out up here all day. Then we'd have to go through that process of, placing the stops for the weekend. And then, yes, we will get our move on Monday or Sunday, but we'd have to wait for that. That would be the worst case scenario. I'd hate for that type of scenario. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see what the market gives us here. If we get a push lower, like a nice bar lower, I'm going to start closing out of some of my worst price trades and then keep the best priced trades. I often refer to that as the cleanup phase of the trade setup. So I'm going to go ahead and do that if we get a nice bar lower. Yeah, and it still hasn't really shown a true sign of bearishness yet. That could change here, but well, other than, if you look at these rallies, this rally is getting, again, fewer and far between, and we're starting to see it take longer as well. So that is a sign of some weakness. Again, I wouldn't discount the market to give us another high still, but we could be getting a lot closer just based off of this activity. It is for sure slowing just slightly in terms of this concept. And I'm going to wait just a second. I'd like some of these to kind of push into profit a little bit more before I would clean up some of these trades as it starts to pull back here. Good. I'm going to go ahead and close a couple of these. Yeah, one more bar lower and I would close out maybe 3 or 4 more trades, just to do that, just some of that cleanup concept. There's also a little for your G whiz here, a little bit of a trend line here on the 1 minute. It looks like we're close to breaking that trend line. Actually, if you draw it like this, that way you can get that third touch, or we're breaking it now actually. So we'll see if this follows through. But yeah, one more punch lower and I can confidently close out of, we'll say 3 trades, and then leave the rest to ride to that mid Bollinger Band. And we're at the half-hour mark, so we have another 30 minutes to add to the position if we need to. But let's see how this plays out, this little trend line here. Typically, when you see this type of thing where it has a trend and it breaks that trend, yes, it's trying to reattempt to continue that trend, but I think it's in trouble now. So you have a little break in that 1 minute trend line coupled with the fact that it's having this slowing momentum here. That's not a good sign if you're a bull. So I think we're in a really good spot. And yes, if the market did make another high, I would call bluff on that high, and I believe I'd be right in continuing to sell this. So I'm actually feeling more confident the more I see our analysis here and the response from the market. So we're in a good spot. Like, the drawdown shouldn't get much worse, if at all. Like actually, you might actually be break even. I'm break even on my other trade here, and then I'm just barely in a drawdown right now on this platform that you're looking at. And yes, one more punch lower and it's the sucker punch. This thing can't, like, the trend's over. We're in a really good spot if it makes a break of this low right here. Yeah, we'll be in a very, very good position. But it doesn't want to give up that easy, right? The bulls are like, we still want to try one more time. I'm like, fine, try. You can try. Go ahead. It's already past the point of no return. Like, it's broken its trend line, slowing momentum. Like, the bulls had their chance. They had their chance to perform. They have not. So yeah, you're going to get some bear control here soon. We're just seeing that transition between um, the bull power transfer to the bears. Um, it's a battle, as you know. We're seeing a lot of flickering candlesticks, back and forth candlesticks, but that battle is slowly transferring. It's also becoming even more obvious that this trend is broken. As you can see here, bounced, nice here, bounced nice here, bounced nice here. But here it's gone through it. So yeah, like I said, we're in a really good spot. Let's see if it wants to break this. I know it's itching. I know it's itching to break that line right there. And if it breaks that line, every single trade is now in the money. And I will close out a couple of I will close out of a couple of trades at that point. The way it's flickering makes me think it's going to be like a hard candlestick down. Let's zoom in on this guy. Get a close up when it happens. Okay, it started a little. That's just due to the spread. I'm down a couple of pips on my worst trade still. So I'm just going to wait. I'm in a good spot. So I'm going to wait before I close some of those. I just want one more little push and then I'll close a few of these out. Yeah, at this point, if you're a bull, you have to notice these things. Like, it's fine that you were bullish. I'm sure they made money on the upside, but I feel like they'd have to pay attention. If not, they will get burned at some point. Like, hey, you've got a trend that broke, you've got slowing momentum. Um, you got slowing momentum on a higher time frame too. I feel like you really um, you got to pay attention to that. So yeah, again, just to confirm, we're in a good spot. It's just going to be slow. It's just going to be slow getting there. Might take some time. What a slow market. It came down just a little bit, and then it was like, let's try to go back up again. And sure, it might get its little run to the upside, but um, it won't go very far, in my opinion. I mean, I totally could see. I mean, I will tell you, like, I could totally see this try to make a double top here, come back up, hit this area, at which point I'd probably add a couple of trades, but then, it's um that would only just confirm the sell position, hey, we've got a double top now. That would just give you even more incentive to sell. Come on, I want one nice smooth bar to the downside. Let's see if we can get a couple of real runners, knife candlesticks down. Would love to see 2 or 3 of those. I would love to see something like this, and then we'd be done if something like that happened. Okay, I got a little move here. I'm going to close out of 1 or 2 trades there, take advantage of that, and then leave the rest. The rest are on to run pretty much the rest of the way. And I'm just begging the market for one of these. I just want one of these. It's possible. I'd love to see it. I don't know if it'll happen, but I'd love to see it. This is good. Yeah, we're up 25 pips again. I think at one point we were up like 40. Yeah, another nice bar or two down. We would have that. Um, um, just real quickly, take a look at the 5-minute chart. you can see where the mid Bollinger Band, it's right up here now. So we do want to bring some of these targets up because we do want to close out several more trades around that mid Bollinger Band. Sure, we'll leave a couple of on to run just a little bit longer, but that would be kind of the new target area right up in here. Something like that would be perfect. And the last time we had a pullback that was somewhat significant, it pulled back, 23 pips right there. And then this pulled back total 29 pips. So this would have to pull back. Yeah, 23 would put us right here. And 29 would put you like right there. So we're just kind of expecting a similar pullback right here today at some point. That's what the expectation is, at least. And I'm just waiting for it to finish. We're in every trade's in profit right now. We're doing really well. But I'm just kind of waiting because I do believe there's more to go. And so I'm just being patient, right? But yeah, one more like hard candlestick like that, and I'd say I'm done. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna take my profits and go wrap up the day. I'm just being patient still. Really not much to do. Just want one of these before we wrap up. If we can get one of these, we are gonna be so happy. And we will go and enjoy our Friday. We're getting somewhat close. That mid Bollinger Band's moved up just a little bit. We are getting kind of close to it, but like I said, one final candlestick down would get us to that mid Bollinger Band, and that would be the signal to close. But we're not quite there yet, so I'm still just kind of waiting. Okay, let's see what we get here. This candlestick looks convincing a little. Let's see, or it did. Come on, you can do it. Yes, come on, go get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Come right to here. Come right to my mouse. Let's do it. And it's like, I tried. Very slow grind to the downside here. Thinking, yeah, I think I might leave one trade on just to like one of those what if trades. Um, you know, just to see if it can run. So I might close everything else out for profit, and then I may leave a trade on to just run. But again, I really want that one last push lower before we're done for the day. So many days it's like this. It's just it does come down, but it's just a slow grind down. Um, that's fine. If that's what the market gives us, that's what it gives us. But it'd be a lot more fun and exciting if we could just get that big candlestick. Let's see what happens here. This is starting to come down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to close out of a couple of trades, guys. This is a good spot. And we're basically at that mid Bollinger Band now on the 5-minute. So yeah, I'm going to close out of a couple there. Yes, nice. Okay, come on, do that. Do that one more time. One more time. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. And I'll take that one. So I've got one trade left. This is nice, guys. Wow, good day. So this trade, I'm going to leave one trade on, and it's our best price trade. This is exactly where you want to be. So we've closed out of everything else that brought in most of our profits. but you leave your best trade, which is this guy right here, that sell that's right there at the top. And now we're going to leave that guy to run, to see if we can get a little bit of a nice move back today. So where would you want to place this? Well, what I would do is I'd look at the structure and find out, where has the market been historically? To me, it looks like this right here. Let me delete all this stuff. It looks like right here, and here, and all of this kind of resistance makes me think that this is a great level to be closing at. So I'm going to let that trade run to there. If that trade wins, that's going to be plus 24, plus 25. We're currently up 10 pips on that, 11 pips on that trade right now. So, but yes, that would be the setup right there. I'm going to, since we've now got a really good priced trade, bring that stop loss to break even. You've earned it. So you can go ahead and bring this guy to break even. And this is a risk-free trade now. I mean, the only thing you're risking is just the unrealized gain that we've already made. And so, sure, we could lose that, but I would love the chance, the opportunity to let this thing, why not? Let's let this thing do its thing and get to its target. That would be fantastic. So, great day, guys, and great week. I think we won every trade this week. Every day was a little difficult, not necessarily difficult, but had its unique challenge, and then we dealt with it. Today's challenge really wasn't too bad. Just kind of a slower grind to get where we wanted to go. Look at this from a 5-minute chart standpoint, because that's the original Banker's Close setup. This is where we originally started selling, was right in this area. It came down in our favor at first and then went up. We added to the position, as you guys know. And then as it started to pull back down, we just got that engagement with the mid Bollinger Band, and that's your exit. And that's your exit for most of your trades, right? Obviously, you can leave a couple of trades on to see if you can get a runner for the rest of the day. And again, you can't really ask for much of a better price. Like, we sold basically right at the top there. So, great work on that. And then let's see, what else I was going to say about this. Yeah, every day had its unique challenges, but we made money each day. Most days we were able to close within the webinar. We had that €1 franc trade from, I think, 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, where we had to hold through the afternoon, if you remember that one. In fact, we can take a look at it real quick. Real fast, we'll take a look at it. It was this guy right here. So we started shorting, at the 3 p.m. bar, or not necessarily at the 3 p.m. bar. I think we got a signal to start selling, I think a little bit later. Honestly, I think we didn't start selling until this happened right here. So we started selling there because we traded something else, I remember, first, and then we took this trade to sell. And then look what happened. It just continued to go up and up and up. And then this is really hard for most traders, including myself. You get stuck in one of these. This is the worst case scenario, and not necessarily the worst case scenario, but it's like one of the most unfavorable conditions. But ironically, I usually make the most money with this type of setup. And it's because typically my position size has grown because I'm adding throughout this, right? And then, but the problem is that volatility goes away, and then you're stuck up here all afternoon, right? You're just stuck up here, stuck up here. And then you're just looking for targets that basically, wherever you started the position, wherever you got the original signal, after, as long as it was after the Banker's Close hour, you can go ahead and start adding to those positions, and then you can target at least to wherever you started. So your worst trades will close at break even. and your best trades will make profits for you. And that's kind of this situation. But the problem is that throughout the day, while you're hanging up here, you have to sit up there in a drawdown pretty much all afternoon. And then it's not until later in the day where you get this nice, push lower opportunity where you can finally close out of your trades. So, but nonetheless, still very great trade that day. That was the hardest trade of the week. But we prevailed, we did a good job with it. Let's take a look at our trade before we wrap up. It looks like it's come down just slightly, maybe not a lot, but just slightly. And yeah, let's hold this trade to this level right here, right there, 1.15299, and we'll be done. Wow, that was a nice bar. That's what I was waiting for earlier. Do you guys remember I was telling you when we had all the other trades on? I was like, I just want that one bar, something, that violent bar to come down and trigger a lot of our take profits. But this is still good. Very happy, and we'll let this go. We're really not too far from hitting our target on that guy. So, all right. Well, it was great chatting with you guys. Appreciate your attendance. Thanks for coming, and enjoy your weekend.